Hello all, my name is Piotr and I build Ru guitars. I'm back from holiday and I'm back at this. So, today I want to do the covers. I need to scrape them on both ends and then sand them flat with the back. This one is a bit thinner, so I need to scrape the binding and I need to fit it in properly. So I'm going to use a scraper to go around and scrape off the binding slightly on the outside to get it to fit into the cavities. But I also decided to ditch the fretboard. I will make a new fretboard. I have a nice black ebony blank to use. I thought that it will look nicely with the scheme on the guitar, with the black back and sides and the black binding. So this is what I'm going to do. And I bought a fret slotting jig. Nothing fancy, just a basic one. It's a mitre box that keeps your saw straight at 90 degrees, but it does it very well. And I need to assemble it and we'll see how it works, I guess. So I'll do that before I get to covers. Right, so this is the base. It's got 4 side pieces as well with bearings. 2 of them are set in place and 2 of them are movable. So you can adjust the width of your saw. All the screws are here. Let's put it together. Okay, so it's put together. I need my fretting saw. I need to take the guard off. And now I should be able to set the width of the saw. There are bearings here that guide the saw on both sides, and I need to push it against this saw on this side, which is moving, and lock it in place. I'll do this side first. Yep. And now the other side. Okay, and that's it. That's the box. Now these can adjust the depth of the cut. If I put the fretboard in, I can adjust how deep I want to cut with the saw. I can have the frame of the saw, whatever you call that, sit on top of the bearing, and that way it won't get any lower than the set height, which is perfect because I don't want to cut through the fretboard. I just want to score the line and go a couple mil deep. So yeah, that'll be fun. I think it works. It also has these 2 clamps that I can use on either side. So I can pop the fretboard in and then I can lock it on either side of the jig. Like so. and it's going nowhere. And since this is a pull saw, pull cut, I can pop it in, set the fretboard to be against this fence, and while cutting it will not move anywhere. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. That'll make it so much easier. Right, so what I need to do here is scrape it flat, like so, all the way around until binding is not sticking above the wood. This one is pretty flat, but I need to do the whole thing. And then I can go around and scrape or sand, I'm not sure yet. I'll try scraping the perimeter to get it to fit into the cavities. It's slightly too big at the moment, which is better than too small with gaps. So yeah, I think I'll just go around quickly and scrape anything that sticks out above the wood. This might be better. Okay, so this is flat on both sides. I'll do the other one first and then I'll try to fit them both. Okay, that came off. I need to re-glue that and reattach with the masking tape. Should be very simple, shouldn't be a problem. Not worried to leave more glue than necessary for this, because it will be all scraped off. Nice. What I need to do, and I can try filling the gap with black super glue. I've got this Star Bond, medium thick black super glue. And I can try and fill the gap where the binding meets, where it goes around and comes back. I was planning on doing that with a melted binding with acetone, but maybe I don't have to. Maybe I can just use black super glue. If it doesn't work, I can scrape it off. You can always melt some binding with acetone and pop it in there. But I can't see why this wouldn't work. It's filling the gaps. I have the accelerator. Okay. Shouldn't be spraying that around my coffee, but there we go. I think that'll do it, actually. I think that will be enough. Let's see what this looks like. And yeah, it's glued in place. Well, almost. Let's get some accelerator there. I'm going to leave it clamped for a minute or two, just in case it wants to unstick. But this should be done. I'm going to scrape it now, gently. This may be enough. Yeah, I think it looks good. I will know for sure when I sand it down and it's fitted into the body. But it looks good, yes. I'm happy with that. Okay, so it doesn't want to fit in. This will be the outside. And when I look at it, the surface, when I look at it closely, the surface of the binding, since it's bent, became concave. So the edges are sticking out actually. So I need to go around, scrape the edges on the entire thing, and then try again. This is where the glue is, so it's sticking out even more. I think I'll sand it with 150. There you go. Okay, that's a bit closer. Not quite there yet, but we're getting there. Okay, tiny bit more. Tiny bit more. And that glued bit looks fantastic. Sticking out a bit, but there's no gap. Doesn't look weird. I'm very happy with it. Okay, nearly there. Okay, a few more passes, I think. I'll go around twice now. Okay, so it goes in, but it's really tight. I don't want it to be that tight, especially that there will be finish on the edge of the cavity. So I need to keep going. I can always adjust it later when the finish is on, but I need to fit it in for now to be able to sand the back flush with the cavity covers. Those need to be perfectly flat with the back. Okay. Yeah, it's in. Perfect. I don't want to leave it in because there's no hole in the top on the other side to push it out, so if it drops in and gets stuck, it will just live there forever. But there's this glue line here that does not want to scrape as well as the rest of the binding. But that's not a problem. Okay, let's see if I can do the big one. Okay, it's glued. Doesn't come apart anymore. And there isn't much of a gap. There is a little bit. I need to fill it in with the black super glue, but it's much smaller than it was on the round one. Let's pop some glue into it. And this is already dried. I can scrape it off. No gap. Perfect. I love it. Right, let's fit this one in. And I think I'm going to use the same process, scraping around with the scraper until it fits. It's the same thing. The surface of the binding is now concave from bending, so I need to go around and just level it off. Yes. Yes. Okay. So they both fit now. It's a tight fit, but this is exactly what I need for the purpose. And yeah, let's carry on. Okay, so with the cavities, with the covers fitted, it's a very tight fit for now, which is great. I need to do a couple things to be able to sand them down flush with the back. I need to get my shielding paint, if it still works, and paint the ledge, because it's got some thickness. It's quite a thick paint, and I need to paint the ledge and the cover underneath to get the final thickness of the cover, how much it will stick out before I can sand it. Because if I pop them in now, both of them all the way in, sand it flush, it will be beautiful. But then when I add that paint, they will stick out by 1 millimeter even. I'm not sure how much, but it's quite a thick paint. And the other thing is, I need to drill holes all the way through the top from the inside to be able to pop them out when I'm done sanding. Otherwise, they will be there forever. So yeah, those two things. I'm gonna use my cavity template to drill these holes, and this one I'm just gonna measure and eyeball. It needs to be in the middle, but yeah, let's see. Okay, so I've got this template here, which I think I'm gonna add a screw in the middle so that I can take it out. Yeah, I need a pilot hole and all that, but this is MDF, this should be fine. So here's the cavity. here's the template, and when I pop it in, I know exactly where to drill. I can do a couple things. I can just measure it now, or mark it and then drill through, or I can take this size drill bit, and I mean brad point bit. It's 10 mil. It is 10 mil. I can pop it in, oops, like this, and use the brad point drill to align itself with the template and score the perfect line in the middle with the brad point. And this is what I'm going to do. I don't need to use drill for that. It works just fine. Okay. And now we have 4 holes there. I'm going to drill them out with a tiny drill bit because the correct size for potentiometers, I will be drilling from the outside to avoid any tear out, unnecessary tear out. But these, I can just drill through like this. Okay, we've got 4 holes. This one I need to measure up. Or do I? That's pretty spot on. Okay, that's where it goes. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Okay. So now that the holes are drilled, as you can see, 4 here and 1 here, I can paint the ledge with the shielding paint. Well, the ledge and the underside of the cavities. And when it's dry, when the shielding paint is dry, I can pop them in, and this will give me the final height that they will stick out with from the back. And then I can get my sander and just sand it flat. Perfect, let's do it then. So this is the outside of the cover. I'm going to mark it as outside so I don't paint the wrong side with the shielding paint, which is horrible. This is the outside because it's got much more figuring on it. Well, the spalting. Right. Okay, and only the inside is being painted. I'm tempted to tape up the binding so I don't put any paint on the binding. I'm going to do that. because I don't want to paint the binding. So the shielding paint will only be on the underside of the cavity cover and on the flat surface of the ledge. It will not be on the side, so that the fit is tight and I don't have any shielding paint visible when I look at the back. And I marked it incorrectly, see? Wow. So this is the inside, this is the outside. This is not getting painted. So the shielding paint is horrible to work with. It's very messy, it gets everywhere, and it's hard to clean up. Even though it's water-based and you can just clean it under water, if you spill it on the body, you can't just wash it off, can you? So I need to be careful. Even though this is getting stained in black, I don't want to have any paint on that first. So I'm gonna probably use some sheets of paper to protect the back, and masking tape, lots of it. So this one is done. Now this one. That's the outside. That's the outside, okay. I need to have the shielding paint right up to the edge on the inside, because it needs to cover the entire ledge to make electrical contact with the shielded cavity. So it creates a Faraday cage when I close the cavity. Shielding really works. There are mixed opinions about it, but from my experience, it makes a huge difference. So yeah, I always do it. It may not be that important in a guitar with humbuckers, although this is electronics and exposed wires will pick up the interference and will hum. Okay, I'm happy with that. That's well protected. Now let's do this one. Okay, so this side is done. Well protected, I'm happy with it. I am going to tape up the holes, because I will paint the entire cavities with the shielding paint, so I don't have to do it in 2 stages. And I'm taping them up because if that paint comes through and spills on top, that will be a horrible mess and I won't be able to clean it up. I think I'm ready for the paint. It's a water-based paint, so no PP is required for breathing. It's a good idea to have gloves though. So this is how thick the paint is. It is fantastic for shielding. It really does a great job, but it's tough to work with, unfortunately. Okay, I'm happy with it. If you remember when I shielded the wire channel under the top, this is where it all comes together. This is the shielding paint from the channel, and now I'm connecting the cavity to it, both cavities. And now it will create one continuous ground under the top. All wires that I put through the channel will be shielded by this, and also the switch cavity will be grounded by this. I keep seeing people building guitars with drop tops like this one and not routing the channel first to shield it, and I'm wondering why not. You're actually missing out on a very nice way to do it quickly and easily. And then you have to, if you don't route the channel, you have to put the long drill through. You're risking drilling through the top or back, and it can be very messy and dangerous. Doing it that way is just easier. Okay, now the ledge. I'm not going to use a lot of paint. I want to I want to seal it properly, but I don't want to lay down a lot of I don't want to gain a lot of thickness, to be honest. So I'm going to do it pretty dry. It will be sealed properly. I'm not going to leave gaps, but yeah, I don't want to just build up the paint. With the masking tape around, I could try and take it out while the paint is wet. It might be easier to do, but I'm risking spreading the wet paint with the masking tape all around the back, and I really want to avoid that. All sealed. Okay, let's do the switch cavity. Okay, I'm very happy with it. Okay, so the covers are drying, the cavities are drying. I'm very happy with how it went. I don't see any problems with the paint so far. I was very careful this time. We'll see. I'll come back tomorrow to unpack it all, to fit the cavities and to sand them. I'm not sure if it will fit in this video though, so we'll see, I guess, in 3 seconds. And I need to clean that brush now before it dries. So thank you for watching, thank you for sticking around, thank you for waiting for me for a couple of weeks when I was off. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Cheers. Love you, bye.